In this episode of Puzzle Time, we are looking at a puzzle called Star Time. It's a puzzle designed by Jean Claude Constantin. It's from Recent Toys and is a triple layer maze puzzle. Check it out in this episode of Puzzle Time. Welcome to episode 121 of Puzzle Time. Today, you'll notice there's no Linnea with me. So it is just me, Tyler, you're getting me all day. Linnea's sick, she's at home. But we are gonna together check out a new puzzle from Recent Toys from designer Jean Claude Constantin. That is the Star Path. I am very excited to check this puzzle out because I've enjoyed some of the Recent Toys puzzles that they do. A bunch of their other puzzles, though, from Jean Claude Constantin designs have been remakes of puzzles that he's already made. This one is a brand new, never seen before Jean Claude Constantin puzzle. Again, it's called Star Path, and it comes in this fancy box. Now, one thing we've lamented before on here with different puzzles is packaging. And some of the puzzles out there don't have as nice packaging. Great puzzles, not that packaging is the be-all end-all, but I really enjoy a well-packaged, well-made puzzle. And Recent Toys does a really good job of that. You'll notice that this is a wooden box, so it's like a crate almost that comes that the puzzle comes in. It's got a thick paper here, lots of packing here for like keeping the puzzle good in shipping, so it's not going to get damaged. And then they just have really great graphics on their stuff. So here's the puzzle. Let's see if we can get this close up here and show you a bit of this really beautiful packaging. So you got a picture of the puzzle, got all this information. They do a really good job of just showing you the puzzle, giving you a clean graphic and the solution or what you got to do to solve the puzzle. It says, can you navigate the galaxy and find the path to extract the ball? So this is kind of a space-based puzzle. And you got to get the ball out of there. But before we get into that, I just want to show you a bit of this little booklet that they give you with it. And it's mostly, I think, just advertisements for other puzzles they have. But it's got a little bit of the catalog of Recent Toys, some pictures of Jean Claude Constantin, and just a whole bunch of different stuff that they do that are great puzzles. So make sure you check that out. Read a bit more when you do buy this Star Path puzzle. And again, you can buy all the puzzles you see on our videos at puzzlemaster.ca. But here it is, Star Path. Now, I think this is actually supposed to look like a galaxy or galaxies of some kind. And the Star Path, the star being the ball bearing in there. So you can see it kind of right. Oh boy, this is going to reflect a lot. But you can see the ball bearing right down here. I'm going to pop that around. Let's see if I can get it up close here for you. Right there. There's the ball bearing. And it's in kind of a little groove there. And it moves through a path. Now, it kind of looks to me like a flower, but I guess this is a galaxy. And what this puzzle is, it's a 3-layer maze. Now, if you turn it sideways, you can see there is 3 different layers. Now, the lighter layers, the lighter wood layers, are actually attached to the acrylic. So the acrylic is obviously what keeps the ball inside of the puzzle. And then there's this darker middle layer that lines up with these almost mouth-looking edge pieces right here. And I'm not sure if that's probably just more just to move them. It gives you an easier grip on moving that middle layer. But the idea of this puzzle is to move the ball from the starting position here, which is this little C shape, which I think Recent Toys and others do use that to kind of hold balls in place when they have ball bearings or different things in their puzzles. And you got to direct the ball through the maze. And it does look initially like maybe this puzzle could be really easy. But we're going to check it out. You got to get it to the end here. And this is the end goal right there, is that hole at the end in the acrylic. And the ball will pop out of there. You can see on the puzzle, it has the name Star Path right there. I think, it's just on the one side of the puzzle. And let's go ahead and I'm going to try solve this just a little bit. I doubt I'm going to get the solution because this puzzle is a level 9 on the Puzzle Master difficulty rating scale. Our scale again runs from 5 to 10, 5 being easy, 10 being hard. So this is much more on the harder side of things. And we're gonna see what we can do here. Let's see if I can get this. I did play with it like momentarily before shooting video, and I actually had trouble. I couldn't get it around that edge, that outside like turn there, that first turn. So I'm actually not sure what to do, but I think part of it will be turning this. Oh, see, look at that now. I've turned this to a place where the first layer won't actually let the ball come out of that C shape there to start. So yeah, it doesn't look like any of those actually let it out, except for that initial first opening spot there. So now the ball does get stuck here, and you can see on the bottom that the bottom layer now is actually probably what I'm going to have to move in order to allow the ball to get around this corner. So that'll allow, yeah, I think that's what it'll end up being, because some of these nubs coming out are a little shorter or wider, different shaped, it looks like, is my guess. So let's see if I can do that. Let's see if I can move that bottom layer. Now, if I move the bottom layer, it hides the ball though. So if I hold the ball this way and move that layer, does it move? No. What am I missing? Definitely missing something. And I can't move that middle layer. Oh, there it is. Okay, so here's what happens. So you move that middle layer and get the ball kind of in the end, and the middle layer can adjust and move right there. So there's the first. That's actually really cool. I still can't get past that bottom, the bottom layer. Oh, no, I can. There we go. I got past that bottom layer. So there, and then, boy, that is a cool puzzle. So you got to get this around, and so you're moving all 3 layers in order to solve this puzzle for sure around spinning it. That gives you a little idea on Star Path. Hopefully there wasn't too much reflection on the glass when I was doing that. I wasn't really paying attention, but there it is, Star Path. Gives you a little idea on the puzzle, shows you some of the cool packaging from recent toys. Love their stuff, and check them out at puzzlemaster.ca. And that's the end of Star Path, but we're gonna get into a new series or new section of our show here. And this one is going to be, I don't have a name for this section yet, what it's going to be called, but we're going to have different puzzle video makers or puzzle designers or different people shooting video and just showing a short little like minute or 2 clip about something puzzle related. So today, in this episode, it's going to be Gregory, and you might know him better as the Puzzle Wanderer. Now he has his own YouTube channel. Go check him out, Puzzle Wanderer on YouTube. And we will be talking a bit about his video, one of his videos from his channel today in the online buzz. But in this short clip, Gregory talks about tactile puzzles and the tactile nature of puzzles. Tactile meaning like how they feel in your hands. And I think that's some of the beauty of some of the best puzzles out there is the tactile nature of them. Gregory tells you a bit about some of his favorite tactile puzzles and why people pay so much for that extra tactile nature in their puzzles, because some of them get very, very expensive. But I'll talk about one of my favorite ones, my favorite tactile puzzle that I could think of as I went through some of the other episodes we've shot was a puzzle called Ripple Out, and it's by Karakuri Creation Group. If you haven't played with Ripple Out before, it's quite an expensive puzzle, but it's got like a ripple design in the top of the puzzle, and it moves around. It has a plate or wooden plates on top that move around with like kind of a ripple pattern in them. I loved it. I loved the tactile nature of this puzzle. It's one of my favorites that way, and it just felt so good in my hands and fun to play with. So check it out. Here it is, Gregory, the Puzzle Wanderer with the tactile nature of puzzles.
You ever notice how some puzzles are very simple but yet so satisfying to solve? I think it's a very major attribute in puzzles, being satisfying to solve. And one of the properties for a puzzle that makes it satisfying is tactility. Tactile puzzles can be simple but still feel so good in your hands, and that's also one of the reasons why many puzzle collectors prefer paying a higher price or even a premium price for the same puzzle. I made a quick list of 7 entirely different tactile puzzles for you to maybe add to your collection or just check out how a tactile puzzle looks. First off, we have Yu Asaka puzzles, namely Jigsaw 19 and 29, which feel amazing to play with. Then we have the Venn puzzle, which is extremely heavy and feels amazing in your hands and also has a very satisfying motion. We've got the Revomaze, my favorite mates puzzle series, which feels extremely tactile in your hands and very heavy as well. The solution is also very reliant on your sense of feeling in your hands. Then we've got the Gear Cube, which spins in a cool way with enough resistance to make you feel something different. We have the R2D2 by Roger D, which is a pretty heavy dexterity puzzle. We also have Excaliburr, or really any interlocking puzzle from Pelican Puzzles, which all feel very good in your hand. And lastly, we have Ali's Bolt, which is very fun to play with and also feels pretty good. That's it for me. See ya.
Now that was Gregory, the Puzzle Wanderer, talking about the tactile nature of puzzles. Hopefully you enjoyed that. We want to do more of these. If you guys are video creators out there and you love puzzles, get a hold of us at Puzzle Master. We'd love to feature you in one of these episodes. And again, I just want to say thank you to Gregory for shooting that. Now, on to the online buzz.
The online buzz.
Okay, as I told you, we're going to be talking about Gregory and his channel, Puzzle Wanderer, on YouTube. And I wanted to talk about a puzzle that he showed on his channel, and I think it was in a hashtag short. Now, if you haven't watched hashtag shorts, they're kind of YouTube's version of TikTok videos that are really short, concise, condensed with some music or audio of some kind over top of them. Now, in this video, Gregory was talking about a puzzle called Quizbrick. No, a puzzle called Amazing from a company called Quizbrick. Now, I've never heard of Quizbricks before, but they do some really cool Lego puzzles. Now, actually, I say puzzles, but this is actually, I believe, their first puzzle that they've ever done. I don't know much about Quizbricks, and that's Quizbrix, Quizbricks. They make Lego puzzles. This is a sequential discovery Lego puzzle, and it's black and white. Gregory shows you in this video a really fast, condensed version of the solution, and yeah, it's insane and intense, and he's pulling pieces out, pushing stuff in. It's kind of the same idea as some of the other Lego puzzles in terms of the actual mechanism that they're like, the way they're manipulating the puzzle. But I think this one takes it to a whole nother level. It looked very, very difficult. Check it out on Gregory, the Puzzle Wanderer's YouTube channel, and this is called Quizbricks. This is the company, and the puzzle is amazing. And you'll notice that maze is actually like capitalized in the writing of the word, which I thought was really cool. So and they actually spell amazing wrong, but they purposely do that so they can have maze in there. And so there must be some sort of a maze aspect to this puzzle. I believe he gets a golden brick out at the end, and that's how you know you solved it. But it was a great video. Check out Puzzle Wanderer's channel. It's awesome. Next, I want to get into a really short video. Again, a hashtag short on YouTube, and it's from a YouTuber that we've featured on here before called Puzzle King. Now, I don't know a lot about Puzzle King, but I watched his video, and it's a video solve of one of the hardest puzzles I think I've ever seen that we've ever had here at Puzzle Master, and it's called The Skull. And now it's a puzzle that Puzzle Master actually kickstarted here last year in 2021. Now, this skull is incredibly hard. It's this like, metal skull that comes apart into a whole bunch of pieces. When we were actually shooting video for our Kickstarter campaign, we wanted to do a video, which is essentially what Puzzle King has done here in this video. And it's a solve of the puzzle really quickly, and he puts it together really fast. Like it's, and puts all the pieces in, and then you kind of see it build in front of you, which I like that idea. When we went down to do it, it was too hard. This puzzle is ridiculous. And so congratulations to Puzzle King for solving it, because this is incredible. I don't know if he had a cheat sheet or something on the side, or if he just straight did it, because very impressive. Go watch it, The Skull by Puzzle King. Okay, last, technically not a puzzle, but I'm going to talk about a board game. And we talk about board games a little bit here every so often. At Puzzle Master, we do sell board games, and this one is one I've never seen before or heard of, but it is from a YouTube channel that we've talked about here again on our channel. And I believe we actually talked about it in episode 120 of Puzzle Time. Now this is a YouTube channel called Dual Brain Games. Now I believe this is a father-son combo where they solve puzzles and they talk about some of this stuff. This video features the father, and he's talking about a board game called Tack, T-A-K. Now apparently this is a board game that's similar in some ways to chess or checkers. It also kind of reminded me of a game called Othello that I used to play with my father when I was younger. But it's, yeah, Tack. And it's from a couple guys named James Ernest and Patrick Rothfuss. Now, Patrick is actually an author. And the interesting thing about this game called Tack is that it came out of a book he wrote. I don't know the name of the book, but it is featured in the video we're talking about today. And this video is from Dual Brain Games, talks about this game that came out of this book, and it's a really cool game. It's a board, and you have, I think it's a 5x5 board, but you can also play it on a 6x6 board. And essentially, you've got two different color pieces, so there's darker colored and lighter colored, and you're trying to build a path. Now, hold on, let me get this correct because he words it a certain way in the video. Make a connected line of pieces to connect opposite ends of the board. So it's a square board, you gotta connect opposite ends with a path. And there's two ways you can do that, horizontally or diagonally, or however you wanna look at that, left, right, front, straight, whatever. But you gotta connect the board with your pieces. Now there's a whole bunch of different rules to it. The pieces are actually really interesting because they're round-ish, but with a flat side. You can stand them up, which in the game the piece becomes a wall, is what they call it. There's a few different types of pieces. There's different ways you can place them on the board. It's a really cool game. I'd never heard of it before. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but go check it out on Dual Brain Games. It's called Tack. And in the description of the video, he actually links to a couple more videos, which is one of the designers, who is this James Ernest, showing you how to play the game. And I thought, I watched both videos, check them both out. They were great. I'd love to get this board game here at Puzzle Master, or just get a hold of a copy myself to play at home, because I think it looks really, really interesting and has such a unique strategy that just isn't quite like anything else I've seen before. So I liked it. Get it, check it out. Apparently this book is being turned into a video or a movie or something. So who knows, maybe this will become like a really huge, well-known board game through this. I don't know, but go get your copy, check it out, Dual Brain Games, and that's the board game Tack. That is the end of Online Buzz though for today. I am Tyler, Linnea is not here, but thank you guys for watching. Make sure you go check us out on our social media. That's TikTok, that's YouTube, that is Instagram, also on our website, puzzlemaster.ca, where you can see all the thousands of puzzles that we have. Go sign up for our newsletter to get all the latest information on what's happening, information about sales and different things like that, or contests that we're running. And I know that our contest for some of those 5 puzzles that we had on Up Viral just ended, so congratulations to whoever won that. I'm not sure who it is, but yeah, thank you guys for entering that contest. Join us next time for episode 122 of Puzzle Time. I'm Tyler. We'll see ya.